Hey everybody, it's time for another animated cartoon series review intro with a brand new costume. And this time, this is my 2013 and before and after real life superhero costume for my Douglas Blair Roberts personality YouTube actor based character. A similar outfit will also be for the real life superhero based character. But yeah, the songs will be the same. Sonic Weekend and the Back in Time song. This is for the cartoon, where the next one is the anime, and the next two are the real life superhero versions with different intros, but in a slightly different version of the costume. So with that being said, let me get started right now. Hey everybody, it's time for my long awaited and long overdue part one review narration of the Wildcats 1995 television series. First saw this in 2013, and I finished watching the show in either 2014 or 15. And I did a short narration review and never got around to doing the larger webcam review or even a larger narration review, which I'm doing now, because despite how awesome this show was, it's difficult. It's, apart from the main plot, it's difficult. The show is difficult to follow. Apart from the main plot, which is in this series, Jacob Marlowe, the group's manager, there's an ongoing race between the Cerebellum and the Damonites, and the Cerebellum, the good guys, they have to stop the Damonites when the Damonites start infecting humans with these by unleashing these tiny goblin characters that get inside humans and infect them and make them all evil, and transforms them into dynamites. He assembles the Wildcats team, consisting of my favorite characters, a Terminator Mandroid style of character, a Terminator Cyclops Mandroid style of character named Spartan, a mercenary Wolverine Deadpool inspired character with guns, Wolverine and Deadpool inspired character named Grifter, an Amazonian warrior who's like a hybrid, she's like a hybrid of a female Gambit, Rogue Wonder Woman with elements of Jean Grey. Then she's the warrior weapon specialist, and another female in Void, who's an actual who's just like Jean Grey and Professor X, and that she has telepathic powers, and a giant Incredible Hulk and Fantastic Four Thing inspired character in Maul, who, just like the Thing, in his enhanced form, he maintains his intelligence. But just like the Hulk, he can get strong. The angrier he gets, the larger and stronger he becomes. Then six, Voodoo, a female. The series is Jubilee. Who has the ability to tell, with her mysterious power, the ability to tell whether someone is bad or evil or not. Yeah. This show, according to Wikipedia, it aired on CBS briefly in 1994. Then it was quick canceled when CBS got rid of its action cartoon block, and later picked up by the USA Action Extreme block, where it was reran. Like I said, I discovered this in 2013, and I for one loved the series. I saw it listed on the worst superhero cartoons of all time. And once again, just like with Ultra Force, this was far from being the worst superhero cartoon of all time. It was one of the best, and one of the best cartoons of the 90s period. I think it's way better than the Ultra Force, but Ultra Force had a way better team. However, the animation, the storyline, the action, and everything, in my opinion, in this show was way better than that of Ultra Force. And just like Ultra Force, this is another inspiration of X-Men, the animated series, the DC animated universe, and the last two seasons of the Super Friends, with also elements from various Japanese animation. I think even Funimation at one point briefly had rights to this series. One thing that made this series unique from other cartoons at the time. Other cartoons had this, but not a lot. This instead of some catchy instrumental theme, catchy instrumental theme or a lazy theme where they say the entire thing over and over again, or some lazy jingle, or some lazy or some cheesy jingle like the Double Dragon theme. This had a phenomenal, badass, hard rock theme, hard rock theme, which is probably, if I had to choose, is probably the best and most memorable part of the show. That theme song, in my opinion, that theme song was hype, and it always gives me hype to watch the show. And sometimes I can't get on with watching the show because that theme song is so epic. Yeah, this is the second best superhero team of any superhero in action cartoon with the most badass protagonist of all time, and my boy Spartan. My opinion, one of the coolest characters ever. Like I said, a hybrid of Cyclops and the Terminator. This is one of the coolest characters ever. I also see elements. I don't think this one was intentional. I also see elements. I saw a comment saying this, and I see this too. I see elements of my boy Android 16 from Dragon Ball Z with this character with this character right here. This character is the coolest. The coolest backstory, the coolest powers, the coolest fight scenes. Yeah, this is one of the coolest, most badass main characters and leaders of all time. It's my number one favorite character in the show. The other characters are cool, but the other characters, especially the villains, are overshadowed by the awesomeness of this character right here. The villains especially. Other than the head villain Hellspawn, I don't remember much about the Hellspawn. I don't remember much about the villains, because the heroes, just like with Ultra Force, the heroes are so much better. The heroes are so much cooler that they overshadow the villains. Yeah. Of all 13 episodes I've seen, all of them were good, with episode 11, in my opinion, being the weakest. Didn't like the end of that episode, which I'll elaborate a little bit more on in the second part of the real life superhero version. The ending, which I'll also elaborate more on in the second part, which you can see in the description box below, and I may include my original 2013 or 14 review, which you can still find on my channel in the popular uploads playlist. It was one of the most popular videos. It was one of the first and most popular videos I did. This is the long-awaited, overdue sequel. This in the real-life superhero version, and just like with Wildcats, just like with the Ultra Force, you know the drill. As soon as I finish rewatching each 13 episodes, there'll be the post-episode review and reactions, the larger season 1 review and overview of the series, and the tie-in reviews with comic books and the comic books themselves, which I've been reading. That's some pretty good stuff. Probably only flaw with the show, besides being canceled way too early, in my opinion, was the canceled way too early, when just like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and Double Dragon. Well, Double Dragon was done with games, but they had unresolved issues in the show. Street Fighter, the animated series, they resolved all their issues, but they still have more games being released. And then the Mortal Kombat cartoon, they also had more games being released. They also had another game, including Mortal Kombat 4, being released at the time. Well, this still had comic books being released at the time, and even managed to find their way into the New 52 DC series from 2011 through 2018 or 20. Ending was unintentionally hilarious. Hellspawn's defeat. I'll elaborate more on it in part 2, but phenomenal series, one of the best cartoons around. Far from the worst superhero cartoon around. Well, this has been my review of Wildcats. Once again, the larger Part 2 real life superhero version will be in the description box below, and you can find the original somewhere in the popular upload section on my popular upload playlist of my channel. You want to hear the rest of the music? Turn the video off right now.
Is it me, or have we been here before? Why don't we go somewhere that we can explore? So let's get away from here, run to where the skies are clear, and we'll go back in time to another world where we'll feel alive. We won't have to worry with you by my side. There's nowhere we can go, and you can be my guide, as long as you don't run too slow. Take me there, take me anywhere you want to go, to a place that we both know. With you here, there is nothing left for us to fear. We'll make the bad guys disappear.